Hi, I'm Sophie and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to tell you a little bit about some of the many books I've read so far this year. So far this year I've read about 21 books, according to Goodreads anyway. Some have been series and I have read a couple of standalones by Agatha Christie, which I will start with now. I love watching any murder mysteries, like Murder She Wrote, Diagnosis Murder, Poirot, anything like that really. I've never ever read a book about mysteries before. Well, other than Enid Blyton children's books, but I mean like real mysteries. And I found it absolutely fascinating. I really did. I never thought I would, but I ended up starting with Body in the Library, which, being a major book reader, it really appealed to me just for the fact it was in a library. It was quite short, but so much was packed into it. It just made it so hard to put down. It only took me a couple of days, which honestly I would have preferred it to have lasted a bit longer, but I was fascinated. I spent the whole time reading it, trying to figure out who the murderer was, and I was half right. I'm not going to say who, but no, yeah, I was only half right. In order to know why I was only half right, read it. You'll understand. But after I read that one, I decided to try 450 from Paddington as well. It was another Miss Marple. I've never actually watched Miss Marple on the telly, so I might have to give that one a try. I've always been more into Poirot, but I suppose because I've read the books, I might prefer it. I don't know. I'm going to try the Poirot ones. I have got several of Poirot's stories upstairs as well, so that is my next step. But this one, honestly, I was shocked. And I mean, I never, ever in a million years would have figured that out. I, the way Agatha Christie writes, it really makes you feel like you are part of the mystery and you are yourself figuring it out. You're working with the police, you're working with Miss Marple. It's fascinating. It really is fascinating, and I am quite looking forward to picking up my next book. But I think I've read enough murder mysteries for a little while, which is why I then decided to go on to some Sarah J Maas, because I love Sarah J Maas. Absolutely love her. And the Court of Thorn and Roses series is, well, actually, I've read this set several times. It was my first set I read of hers, and I was just obsessed. I was addicted, literally addicted. I felt like as soon as I put the book down, I needed to pick it back up again, or I wouldn't be able to stop thinking about it all the way through the day. It needed to be read like right now. So yeah, I've read it a few times. Every time a new book comes out in this set, I have to then go all the way through the rest of the set to read the new one. I suppose in a way it's like refreshing my memory on the whole set before reading the new book. This set is about a girl who, well, was brought up in the mortal human world, and then she's forced into the Fey world, and during that time she goes through many obstacles. She learns a little bit about herself, she discovers herself, and she learns how to love, and just so much happens. So many twists and turns in this story that it just makes you want more. But simple as that, you want more. Sadly though, I believe the series is actually finished now, so no more of my Feyre and my Tamlin and Lucian, Rysand. I don't know, Cassian was always my favourite character, and honestly, you have to read it to find out all about Cassian. Oh, I love Cassian. I'm really excited to be able to tell you though that they have started development on the TV series. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I believe it's coming out September in America, so fingers crossed it won't be that much longer for us here in the UK, but, well, you never know, do you? I will be doing a much more in-depth review about this series at a later date. There's just too much to be able to say about it really today in this video, when there is another set that I also want to talk about. And then in my next video, I will be discussing some of the audiobooks I've listened to this year, which are equally as good, I have to admit. So the other set that I've read this year is also by Sarah J Maas, and it is the Throne of Glass set. Obviously I started with the Assassin's Blade, which is the prequel standalone. It consists of 4 miniature stories about Selena Sardothian herself. I think that's how you pronounce it. That's how I've been pronouncing it in my head when I've been reading it anyway. As a standalone, it's not a bad book, but only if you haven't read the rest of the set, to be fair. I liked it, but there wasn't enough magic in it to me. When reading Throne of Glass, that's when the magic started to appear, and you really started to notice the differences between this set and the book. So it's worth a read, because there are some bits of it that do relate to the story, but I feel as though the story has been written purely to fill some holes. And it could have been written better, in my opinion anyway. I mean, a lot of people probably do love this book, and I'm not saying it's a bad book. It's not a bad book at all. I just don't think it's as good as the main set itself. Because the main set itself, once the magic starts to appear, I'm obsessed with magical stories. I love magic. And if a set is meant to have magic in it, then it should have magic in it. It shouldn't just... well, it shouldn't not have magic in it, basically. I'm only actually on book 5 of this set, which is The Empire of Storms, and it is good. It is good. And I'm probably going to pick it up as soon as I finish recording this video, to be fair. I only just started reading the set about a month ago, so I've done quite well in that month. I mean, I still have a 3-year-old to look after. It's his birthday coming up in a month as well, so I've got all of that to deal with. He finishes nursery this month, and honestly, I'm quite looking forward to him starting full-time school in September. That's going to give me so much more time to read, so much more time to record, and so much more time for me to look at some of your suggestions and what you think I would like and what you would like me to read and review. I am also going to start a series on my channel called Book versus Movies. If you have any ideas on which books you'd like me to look at and which movie equivalents you'd like me to review, I just want to be able to compare. In my personal opinion, books are always better than the movies, but there are many people that would disagree with that. So I would just love to be able to prove myself right, and all you book lovers out there right as well. Again, I will be doing a much more in-depth review on all of these books in a later video, so if you are interested in that, then please take a look. But I also recommend you read the books as well, because they are amazing. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below if you would like to, and please like and subscribe as well. That would be amazing. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe.